Welcome to the Heal Your Hunger Show, where we get to the heart of why you overeat and how to stop. If you struggle with food and weight like I did, welcome home.
Hello and welcome to the Heal Your Hunger Show. I am so glad that you've joined me here today. Thank you so much. We've got lots of things going on here. 7 Simple Steps to End Emotional Eating Now is a new program that you can jump into anytime you want. So you can go to the show notes to learn more about that. If you haven't read my book, Heal Your Hunger, 7 Simple Steps to End Emotional Eating Now, you can start there. And all of this information you can get on my website at healyourhunger.com. So jump over there and check it out. But for now, stick around because I've got a good topic for you. Today I'm going to cover the 9 foods to reduce stress and emotional eating, because we all know emotional eating has a big culprit, and that is stress. So imagine you're sitting at your desk and it's the middle of the afternoon and you have about 30 pending tasks, no stress there. The feeling of exhaustion is slowly sweeping in and coffee is no longer doing the trick. And you're getting sleepy and aggravated at the same time. So what do? Well, if you're like more than 40% of Americans, you saunter over to the kitchen and you start searching for some comfort food, something you can just take a bite of or a few bites of and get that stress to settle down. But there goes your clean eating plan. Stress and emotional eating is a vicious cycle, and it's filled with guilt and, once in a while a little satisfaction, but mostly it's filled with a lot of calories. And the idea of drowning your problems in a bowl of ice cream with Nutella or granola or whatever the case may be, some cereal at night, it's tempting, but it also leads to negative health effects. You see, food is just food. So the problem isn't food itself. It's really the pitfall of stress and mixing it in with those foods that tempt you. That's what makes us sabotage and makes us fall off the wagon. Unhealthy food will only give you a moment of relief. So to battle your mood swings, your unpleasant emotions, that irritability that comes on when you've got too much piled on your plate, to really battle that without putting on extra pounds, let's look at ways that you can de-stress and eat less, okay? Now, I love to quote Virginia Woolf, who once said, "One cannot think well, love well, and sleep well if one has not dined well." So it's never about deprivation. It's always about choosing the right foods that can really not only help taste good and that are delicious, but are also nutritious and actually feed your brain and your body to help relieve stress. That way you're just going straight to the heart of the matter. So the first food I want to introduce to you is avocados. Who doesn't love guacamole? These creamy fruits are rich in vitamin B and glutathione, which will block the absorption of fat in your intestines. And it also contains more beta-carotene and lutein than any other fruit. Yes, avocados are a fruit. And even though it is a fruit, you gotta monitor its intake because avocados do have a lot of fat and they have a lot of calories. So add thin slices on your salads or sandwiches. You could put a layer of guacamole on, whatever meat you're having. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do. You can use it as a spread or a dip. So avocados are amazing. I absolutely love them, but I do use them sparingly because I gain weight easily and I don't want to go overboard. I want to leave room for other items in my meal. Number 2 is green leafy vegetables. And you must have read about eating green vegetables in almost every health article you've read, right? You hear all about it. And I can personally assure you that every benefit of dark leafy greens you've ever read about is indeed true. The mood-regulating neurotransmitters in our bodies are highly responsive to vitamins and nutrients present in veggies. So have at it, okay? Consuming folate-induced food can lower risk of depression and it'll leave you filled with energy all day long. I mean, we can't talk enough about the benefits of greens. Preferably organic greens so you're not taking in pesticides. Number 3 is berries. Oh my goodness, I love berries. To keep hunger and mood swings at bay, fruits and vegetables that have high doses of antioxidants are your best bet. And berries are known to have the most positive health results, not only with vitamin C, but their antioxidants. All these things can calm the mind. They can release stress combating hormones into your body. And it's just really important to know that berries have so many different wonderful benefits. But, just like other fruit and sugars, you need to use them sparingly. People do use frozen berries as a sweet treat instead of sugary treats, which I think is a great idea. If you're going to need to have a treat, make it be some frozen berries. But it's really important to know that berries are amazing and they do contain sugar, so you have to limit your intake of these as well. Doesn't seem fair, does it? But yes, all good things in moderation, even though I sometimes hate that word moderation. But try berries in your morning meal or in your smoothie. I love to put a little bit of berries in my smoothie. Number 4 is asparagus. Often depression has been linked in our bodies to having low levels of folic acid. And asparagus is known to be one of the many vegetables that are rich in folic acid. And so folic acid can really enhance your mood, make you feel better. And so only a single cup can give you 2/3 of your daily value of folic acid. So check that out. Whether you choose to eat asparagus grilled, steamed, raw, chopped up and added to your salad, this is a vegetable that'll help you avoid mood swings and help you control your emotional eating. At least control the emotions that lead to emotional eating. Another one is nuts. Nuts are awesome, aren't they? They can be a little tricky for emotional eaters, so there's a little caveat here because nuts are very high in calories. So enjoy them sparingly and don't use them as a snack. That's the key. Don't nibble on nuts if you're an emotional eater. I've gotten into big trouble with nuts. I think I'm just going to eat a few, and before I know it, I've eaten 1,000 calories of nuts. They're very highly caloric, and so you don't need too many of them to make up a meal, but who wants just a little handful of nuts? So a lot of times for emotional eaters, if they're just starting off on their new path, I say leave them out. But if nuts aren't a trigger for you, they are a great source of zinc, which is known to help people with anxiety and depression. They're also a perfect combination of protein and fat as well. They're not high in protein, but they do have protein and they have good fat. So the key is to try to eat them raw when possible, where they haven't been cooked. You don't want the greasy cooked ones, roasted ones with a bunch of salt. Granted, I know they're delicious, and when you're in a pinch and have nothing else to eat, that's fine. But ideally, sprout them, or eat them raw at the very least, so you get the full nutritional benefit from eating this amazing food. Number 6 is oranges. Oh my goodness. I went on an orange spree when I was in college where I ate like 5 oranges at a meal. It was crazy. I think it was the sugar I was addicted to. But vitamin C is good for so many reasons, and it lowers blood pressure. It's also a controller of the stress hormone called cortisol. So use sparingly. Put oranges in a fruit salad, juice them. And really just enjoy oranges. It's such a fresh, wonderful, yummy fruit. And but again, there's always a caveat, and that's that oranges are high in sugar, so you need to use sparingly. And in terms of orange juice, drink about 1/2 cup. That's it. Otherwise, you're overloading on sugar. Number 7 is green tea. And you may think green tea, containing caffeine might not be so good for you, or should not be on my list. But even though I'm very sensitive to caffeine, and I personally don't drink green tea, it comes up everywhere as a healthy alternative to coffee. And it does have amazing amino acids and antioxidants that can really help your body. So don't have any more than 2 cups a day, just so you don't OD on the the caffeine intake, but if you can handle a little bit of caffeine and you want to get off of the heavy dose of caffeine that you get from coffee or drinking too much coffee, switch to green tea. I mean, oftentimes people drink a lot of coffee as emotional eaters, not because they want the coffee, but they want the cream and the sugar and whatever else, or the butter now if you're drinking Bulletproof. So, maybe switching to green tea can also just help you lose weight as well, because you're cutting out all the things that make you gain weight when you're drinking coffee. Number 8 is organic turkey breast, one of my favorites. For meat lovers, it's really important that you get a good dose of protein, obviously, and don't go for the fried chicken. Go for the wonderful benefits of turkey, organic turkey breast especially. Turkey is known as one of the best sources of tryptophan, which is an amino acid that decreases stress levels and elevates your mood. It's a great food. It just makes you feel good and it tastes good. And you can do so many things with it. It's so versatile in recipes. So make a herb roasted turkey, in the oven, have turkey breast for lunch, or make a sandwich if you are eating sandwiches. And there's yummy alternative bread that's like made out of coconut or almond flour if you're staying away from gluten. But I just love turkey. I personally will heat it up and put it in my salads because I love my salads. But it's very versatile and it's yummy food, and it makes you super chill. You might feel tired after eating turkey. I think that's why so many of us want to take naps after Thanksgiving, besides the fact that many people, are gorging themselves on food and are in perhaps a sugar coma, or carb coma from mashed potatoes. It literally can make you tired from the turkey, the tryptophan in the turkey. But it's just a great, wholesome food, turkey breast. And number 9 is Alaskan salmon and wild-caught Alaskan salmon. So apart from oysters, seafood lovers can always indulge in wild-caught Alaskan salmon to counter their stress levels and curb emotional eating. Salmon's rich in krill oil and omega-3 fats, which we're not getting enough of by any means. So much of the time we're getting lots of omega-6s in the oils that we eat that are in our prepared foods. But we're way overweighted in omega-6s and have to get more omega-3s to balance it out. So you can get that from wild-caught Alaskan salmon. And also, but this omega-3s and salmon in general can dramatically reduce anxiety levels and work as a great antidepressant. So I highly recommend it. Be sure it is wild caught, though. You're going to pay more for it than versus the farm raised, but it's so worth it, and you are so worth it. You're worth getting the right kinds of foods. So to wrap it up, one of the keys to mindful eating is being aware of the nutritional content of your food and introducing stress-eliminating foods to your diet. You really want to feed your body, your mind, and your soul with the foods that you eat. So, you'll have to create a balance of healthy foods in your meals with a wide range of options so you stay happy and satisfied, and you also get your cortisol levels back to normal and can really give yourself a fighting chance against stress eating or emotional eating, because it's really, there's so many emotional underlying causes, but there are physical as well. When our bodies are starving of needed nutrients, that can really lead us towards emotional eating. So I hope you've enjoyed these 9 foods that reduce stress and emotional eating. I'll just give a rundown of what they are again. Avocado, green leafy vegetables, berries, asparagus, nuts, oranges, green tea, organic turkey breast, and Alaskan salmon. So I don't know about you, but I'm ready to go cook a yummy meal. I've made myself hungry. So this is the Heal Your Hunger Show. Please leave a review on the iTunes. We'd love to get a review from you and help spread the word about the Heal Your Hunger Show. And last but not least, have a great day with lots of good self-care. Thanks so much. See you later.
If you enjoyed this podcast and want to get free support, insider health info, exclusive invites to events, and more, visit healyourhunger.com.